Y'all let me know if I pop up out there. I
Yeah, I
think
gotta
we're
get.
back on. I think we're back on. I want to apologize. Somebody in the chat, if you can hear me, let me know if we're back on the air. My internet went off, which is not an unusual thing around here with the heat that we've had. It seems to go off quite regularly. I'm
Okay,
not.
Dwayne Dwizzle's back.
I'm not getting a response on the chat.
There they go. It takes them a few minutes to get in there. Yeah.
There you go.
BW, Adina,
I'm
remixtures.
not seeing it yet. There it is.
And
Irene Lambert's here. Gene Shanky. That's what I see over here.
yep, Facebook's back on too.
Facebook is back, but we're not too sure about. There's YouTube. Bart Larson,
Mm-hmm.
Deborah Marina. All right, we're back again. I'm sorry again. I apologize. That was my internet that failed, and that's like I
It
said.
happens.
It happens around here, especially with the heat, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens again. Uh,
Ooh.
so bear with us. Karen Van Wyk, one more time, baby. Uh, I want to thank everybody for hanging with us. Yeah, we've been having internet problems down here, and it fades in and out. Angie, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here, John. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine, and you, dear?
I'm good. I'm good. I was woken up this morning with the news, with Tennessee news, and boy, these people really need to wake up. Some of our counties, our TennCare is going south, and people can't find doctors, and hospitals are refusing to take Medicaid patients. There's a county
Really?
all the women can't get, they can't find anybody to deliver the babies.
Right.
You know, uh,
What seems to be the
so
problem?
well, the hospitals are complaining that they're underpaid. TennCare is severely underfunded, and Bill Lee refuses to sign on to Medicaid expansion.
Oh,
Just
really?
refuses, won't do it. So a lot of these rural places, well, even in the big cities, I work for an insurance company myself, and people in Memphis are having a really rough time trying to find an OBGYN. Um, and
They're scared to
it's,
practice in those states.
but
You
you
know,
Those
the,
that.
know, well, it's not only that, but they are severely underpaid.
Excuse me.
But they've
But
always fought against Medicaid, haven't they?
I'm sorry, what?
Haven't they always fought against, subsidizing any Medicaid or anything like that?
Oh yeah, anything that's not aligned with
it's
lining their good
Obamacare.
old boy pockets. But um, what was really disturbing, which really got me this morning, was Channel 4 had confronted Bill Lee about it and asked him, and he just gave a nonchalant answer, nothing that directly said, I'm going to
Mm,
work on it or
typical
anything.
politician answer.
Uh, right.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
say
boy,
a lot of words and not say anything.
you was really quick with the pen about that abortion rules, right?
Oh, well, now
You
that's,
know? But what do you want to do? Have these women go out in a cornfield and squat?
well,
They
I
don't
mean,
care.
that's what they
They
did in
don't
the
No.
old
care.
days. That's toughen up here. Yeah, wouldn't doubt it.
yeah. So,
That's so sad. I
They
just
don't
had a
care.
recent visit up in Tennessee. I loved my visit up there. I enjoyed myself. Uh, but it's a lot like Texas, baby.
yeah,
It's their politics is not the smartest in the world. You know,
it sure ain't. I can't wait to though till after this August 3rd election to make sure the two Justins are back up there.
Yes.
Because they
Yeah.
have to rerun. You know,
right?
Yes.
uh, because of them.
Oh, that's right. Uh,
That's right.
they are back up for re-election.
I don't think they're going to have any
I don't
problem
think
getting it.
so. I think they've made a good name for themselves.
Now, if we could just get rid of some of the other ones
Yeah,
that
well,
are around.
Oh,
that's
oh
always
yeah.
the problem, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
People really need. I mean, I know that federal elections are really important, and we're going through something I think most of us have never ever experienced before. But honestly, we all need to take an extra closer look to the state level. Um,
Mm-hmm.
We have to be mindful of the old saying that all politics is local, which is true.
hmm
Everything from the president right down to dog catcher, it's all local politics. And it
Yeah.
requires everybody's involvement. That's the thing about it. If we all got out and participated, there would be no question about who's going to win. None at all. it would be heavily leaning on the liberal side.
Well, we got you here, Angie.
That's right.
Who would you suggest run against Marsha Blackburn?
Oh God, they ought to put my ass up there.
Well, you ought to jump up there, girl.
I'd vote for you.
I would too.
I just have a problem with my mouth.
That's me. That and a slight hand that wants to slap somebody every time.
Well, they seem pretty tolerant of that in Washington now because they got some.
Right.
They're getting a little violent up there too.
We need to have viable, serious people to run. And I know, like, we had, what's his name? Jason Martin or somebody who ran against Bill Lee last time. I think that was his name.
Right.
But to me, he wasn't in it to win it.
Oh.
You know, I mean, he was the Democrat elect, but whenever he would go out, it would be to a group of 2 or 3.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, who's paying you?
Rose again.
Right.
You know, I halfway think, I don't know this for a fact, but I halfway think that the GOP pays or somehow manipulates that end of it to keep their competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, make
You
sure
mean the GOP would do something nefarious? No.
It's dare you say?
It's called redistricting.
Yeah.
And Kevin McConnell's is up there already, making sure that anybody running in a red state, if you're in a red district, if it's gerrymandered illegally or whatever, he doesn't give a fuck.
No.
He needs the votes. This man needs the votes so bad.
It's the same way here in Texas. It's like that across the country. Especially if you look at red states, gerrymandering is a thing. That it's not the politicians picking the voter, baby. I mean, that's what it is. It's the politicians picking who gets to vote for. And
this has been their plan since Trump came down them fucking fake ass
long
gold
before
escalator.
That was Mitch McConnell's long plan, is to control the federal government by state governments. You take them state by state. The House, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. There's where your power lies. You know, it's the president that sits at the wheel and tries to guide this country, but it's the Congress back there on the rudder trying to fuck things up all the time. And that's how come we say it. You know, you have to be involved in your local politics, in your state, in your district, because your congressman affects the rest of us. That's the way the game is played. And we see the results of that. Look what Tommy Tuber shit's doing down in Alabama.
Yep.
With military promotions, just because he's got his panties in a wad. He'll take it out on everybody.
And you know, Sporkfoot out of Georgia, she does it all the time.
All the time. That's the game they play. It's not about governing for the people. It's about garnering power for them. That's their game. Let me see here. Who can we pick on? KY's got
You know, Bernadette, you keep calling her Sporkfoot. I finally found the picture of the Spork feet. I was
you
like,
saw that picture.
You found a picture
you know
of what
I'm
now?
talking about. Oh my gosh, her and Matt the Forehead Gates came to California and they were standing on the beach and Sporkfoot put her feet in our sand and it ain't been the same ever since. Yeah, I'll never go to that beach again.
Hello, KY.
She got some fucked up
How you
feet.
doing, Brother Joe?
I'm doing just fine, and you?
I'm doing just peachy damn king.
Well,
And
good to
I
hear
wish
that,
it
brother.
was,
Shit.
We had a cool spell, and it was nice. We didn't get
come in
above
here bragging.
83. It didn't get above 83 yesterday.
Kiss my ass, right?
Boy, we went right back
Turn
into
the damn
that.
fan on and keep it blowing this way.
Here we are.
Because we need it, man. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
fuck Trump and fuck Abbott.
Yeah.
That's kind of a bitch. You know, I didn't realize until yesterday that Houston was the 4th largest city in the United States.
Oh,
Is
yes.
that true?
Oh, Houston is huge, buddy.
I know. I flew in there and I
Yeah.
thought it looked pretty big.
It's a pretty
I
good
only
sized
seen
city,
it from
buddy.
the outside from there.
It's the largest district in Texas, and that's the one that Greg Abbott is just really trying to wage war against.
Well,
Trying
I mean,
to shake it up down there to control the
Yeah.
vote down there, because that's the Democrat stronghold. But all the
Well,
major
DJ
cities in Texas are. Save
He
Dallas and
Yep.
Dallas up there. It's a little bit red.
DJ was right, and Maria Betancourt was right when they said, "Hey, this is what he's doing to Houston. Oh, look out!" I mean, that's pretty sad.
When you take school libraries and turn them into detention centers,
You know, I found that story.
This is only being done in Houston,
Yep.
which is the largest Democratic county in Texas.
There's something else about it too, Bernadette. I can't quite put my finger on it.
It's the one where you have the most black people
Yes,
voting.
it is the largest black community in Texas. Is in Harris County.
Yes.
So,
And so let's just take them from school to prison. Absolutely.
They would love that.
A gateway. That's what they're doing.
Yes.
And the people in Houston ought to rise up and protest because it's your tax dollars that they're using to do this.
And think about that whole concept about shutting down the school library. Really?
Yeah.
The place where the books, all of the books are, that place in the school?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not shut down the gym? Hey, turn the gym into it. Yeah.
Oh, no, we can't do that.
No.
Hell, you could use the gym field.
Yeah.
And not even use a building.
There you go. Just stick them out there on the grass.
Yeah.
Well, shit, because you said that and I had a flashback of my youth when I was in junior high school, mind you. I hadn't learned my lesson yet. If you open my yearbook up for that year, I think it's 1968, there's there's the book club, here's the drama club, here's the science club, and then you come across this one page that says the Campus Beautification Club. And there's all your little thugs of school right there with brooms and rakes and stuff. Because that's what they did to us. They did go outside, clean, rake up. I was ashamed of it. But
hell, when I was in elementary school, we had a dirt access road that bordered the school. And you had to go out into the dirt access road and draw a circle in the road and stand in the heat of the day. That was your detention. Stand in that heat. Okay.
How times have changed, ain't they? Now they're going to put you in the library at least.
Yeah, well, they'll take the books out first because we don't want you reading.
Don't want none of them books being read now. We'll let you know which ones to read. There'll only be one on the shelf anyway. It's the most important one.
Well, this is what we know on the outside. What are they doing inside of our jails and prisons that they're not letting anybody educate themselves on how to get? If they're innocent, here they are in there. They can't even go in there and study any kind of statute laws to try to help themselves or get themselves out of the predicaments they are in, especially in the red states. I mean, think about it. Think about it.
Are you suggesting that wait a minute, no, I lost that thought.
And let's not give them air conditioning while we're suffering the hottest year on the fucking planet.
Yeah, there is no air conditioning in Texas prisons.
No,
there is in the federal prisons, but not the state prisons.
A lot of prisons.
Yeah.
And I believe it was either Louisiana or Alabama where there's no air conditioning in juvenile halls either.
Well,
but I bet you can't study statute laws either to get your ass out of there.
No,
or
once
have
you're in a
anybody
system, it's very hard to get out of it.
Yes,
it's built to keep you in it. Is what it is.
It is.
And
money maker. Yeah, kind of like Joel Osteen. It's a money maker. It's a business. It's not a church.
Sure.
It's a fucking business.
It's traded. Most private prisons are traded on the stock exchange, and the price of their stock is dependent on how many prisoners they have. So it's beneficial to the prison to not only fill the prison but keep it full. You're getting a fight. Who knows? You get some extra time added on to something. They'll keep your ass there because it's a money making deal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like a lot of shit in our country. They're pushing through the defense budget right now. $886 billion. Half of that budget goes to private contractors, civilian contractors who overcharge the government like you wouldn't fucking believe.
Oh yeah.
Half of it, baby. the system, whether or not you're talking about defense systems or program, it seems like it's designed to benefit somebody, and not necessarily those it's aimed at.
Well, it's also propped up all these Republican idiots that are in there that are sitting there like
Sure.
dumbass Marjorie Taylor Greene and all that. That Citizens United was what our
No.
man told us. Bernie said, "Oh no, we don't need this," and all these goofballs.
Citizens United was one of the most devastating things to our body politic that has happened.
Yeah.
Because it
Yes.
allows dark money, lots of it, into our politics. And
Well,
you know,
how about that
Yeah.
Sam Alito coming out in the last few days saying, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Congress does not have the right to tell the Supreme Court how to ethically.
I think he needs to take
Control
that
their
statement and
assets.
shove it up their ass, because I believe Congress does have the authority.
I think that they do.
I think they
You know,
do.
it's supposed to be a check. Each one is supposed to be a
The check on
the
the other. That's right.
Yep.
And
Yeah, but
Alito's statement is pointing to somebody who believes they are above the law, that the court
because
is above the law.
Alito himself has been on many
Yes.
of those high money trips
Yeah.
where
Oh, just, you know.
people who had business in front of the court were paying for the trip,
Yeah.
and he's just there to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
From that he
Business
is.
as usual. That's what
Raskin
that's called.
shot that.
Obviously.
I can't
Howdy.
believe that
Hello,
Raskin
Joe.
shot down.
How you doing,
Hey,
John?
oh,
Hey, who's the biggest customer for Viagra in government?
I don't want to know.
Yes. Where did you come upon that question, Joe?
Pfizer.
That's what I want.
Maybe
What
Pfizer.
stimulated that thought in your head? Who's the biggest dick?
Senate.
Boy, howdy.
But that's exactly what I was
Pfizer.
alluding to.
Yep, who's the
I'm
biggest
not sure
dick
it's a-
over on that side? Who takes the
Yeah, I
most
think it's
Viagra?
I think that would be jacking off Jordan, wouldn't it?
He's
Well,
running
it
up
was-
there in the top 10 for damn sure. Jacking off
They're
Jordan
all-
and Marjorie Taylor Greene. We know these names by heart because of their buffoons,
Oh,
because of their ridiculous antics, not because of legislation they pass or anything like that.
They don't
Well,
call us
boy, howdy. Thank you, Alan Roberts, who just came in with a $5 donation and said, Democratic senator replied to his opposite, stating 200,000 guns cross the Mexican border yearly to arm the drug cartels, protecting their drug trade. Thank you, Alan. Democratic senator replied to his opposite, stating across Mexico. I wouldn't doubt it.
seen that.
Outside of drugs, guns is the biggest thing that comes illegal trade across that border.
Yeah,
Yes,
go
yeah,
the other direction.
But which way is it? Which way is it?
Both
traded?
ways, baby.
Is it
Mostly,
Is it the American gun
Yes.
manufacturers selling
Yes.
to the
Yeah.
cartels?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, do you think
Yes,
that any of those
that's
guns are
right.
made in Mexico? I don't think so.
No.
No, they're not.
Either.
It's
No,
coming
I think,
straight over tonight. Yep.
I think the NRA is the biggest supplier of guns to Mexico.
Yeah, that's fact.
And they do end up, some of them, coming back here. You know, oh, Lordy. We were kind of uneasy here the other night at my house. My son, who works at a store that is miles from anywhere, one of those stores at the four-way stop sign, you know, you'd had to drive a ways to get there, in the middle of the night, and he locked up and he went out, and there was a pistol laying on the ground right near the back door.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so they called the police, and the police came out and retrieved the gun, and that's all we know right now. It makes me a bit uneasy.
Of course, it being Texas, it could have fallen out of anybody's pocket.
Yeah, that's it. You know, who dropped the gun there, and what was the intent?
Or
Yep.
was there?
That's the part that
Robbing.
bothers me. Is what was the
Yeah,
intent?
Robin. Yeah.
And you know,
It is. It makes you nervous. Huh?
You know, I escort my wife to work every
Yes,
night.
I do know. I do know that.
She
Joe.
does, and I guess my persistence has brought results, because that black car that usually shows up whenever ladies
Yeah.
that work there
Ain't been
show
showing up, Joe.
He has not been showing
Yeah.
up, but I think I done scared him enough to say, hey, this is not worth it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
one crazy little guy out there just chasing us all over the place.
Yeah, that
Not worth
that
your
made us
while.
very uncomfortable finding that pistol
I
right
made
out
it,
the back door.
and that's exactly it's scary that people, if they're responsible people that own a gun, they would have noticed, hey, I lost my gun,
Where's my gun?
and they would trace back to where. So
My question
more
is,
than
that
likely,
gun was found at the back of the store.
yes, more than likely,
Nobody goes back.
it was an intentional. And you know what? I believe you all park in the back, don't you?
Yeah, that's he
That's
goes
where
out.
the employees.
That's where the employees go
So-
in and out, and he locks up at night. So, he's the only one going
Yeah.
out that door. Yeah,
I would be very wary from now on.
we are. It's a little unnerving, considering especially
And
the
that being
atmosphere
across,
around
yeah, and
my
you know
neighbor-
the story.
my neighborhood.
Yeah, you know the story of the crossroads right there. What's that? One road is 665, and the other one is what?
666, buddy. That's the road I live
666.
on. Hell's Highway. That's right, buddy.
That's
Just
right.
buddy. What's,
Got
well, I
me
don't live
ringing
on.
bells
I
now.
live off of 666, not on 666. I'm just down the road from Hell's Highway.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but the bad thing about it is, Joe, they forget that we know, and we do have, and we're old Democratic liberal damn soldiers, that we do have weapons too. We don't,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
my
Hey, no,
gun's in my britches, but my weapon's in my damn pocket.
There you go.
yeah. I mean, I'm everywhere I go. I've got a little something.
Isn't
little
it sad
something,
that
you
we
know.
live in times that is something that you have to consider?
Yeah, there
Nowhere
was a
else,
time-
but America are guns so prevalent that you can find them laying on the street, laying in the
Yes.
dirt there. Just here's
Well,
a gun,
you know,
there's a gun everywhere. You go.
I got a set of brass knuckles that I found in front of my house.
I have a bad habit of thrusting my chest up and going, "Go ahead, fucker." Which is, that's what I did to my neighbor. He had a gun right there outside my fence. What are you gonna do, asshole? Pull it out, butt boy. Shoot me. Go ahead. Go ahead, baby. It's all on camera.
Oh, John, he did a Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
Go
shortage
ahead,
of them on
make
my
my
screen.
day.
Let's get off that. I'm a little
Well,
unnerved.
what's the name of that feller that? Oh yeah, Cancun cruise. He's not going to be at work for a while. I wonder where he's going.
I'm sorry.
Cancun cruise.
Someone
Cancun
that
cruise.
got caught, I
Wait
would
a minute.
assume.
I'm losing this every time. Wait, who?
Cancun cruise.
Oh, Teddy boy.
Yeah,
What's
Teddy.
happening
no.
with him? We ain't seen him in the news in
I
a while.
hope Colin Allred runs his ass all the way down to the border. Just keeps
still-
his ass
he's still-
down there.
Well, it's cooler in Cancun
Yeah.
than it is in Texas.
If he's gone, he did it under the radar. Believe me, because people are watching his ass during this.
Well, that's
Are
exactly
you gonna
what
do
he
it
did
again,
the last
Ted?
time.
That's the.
That's exactly what he did the last time.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
tried to fly under the radar, but he got caught.
Last time it was because of the cold.
Yeah.
This time it might be because of the heat.
Yeah,
But the heat's
because of
always
the
on
heat.
Ted. Because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a jackass. He doesn't do anything but he's the jacket off Jordan of the Senate. That's who Ted Cruz is. He's
That's
always
right.
outraged about some bullshit that doesn't matter. And I think recently
Yes.
it's the Barbie movie. He's on a rampage about the Barbie movie. It cuts down manhood and all that kind of stuff.
I wouldn't doubt if
Yeah.
he's been.
I didn't hear him
I
say
believe
anything
he's
about the
watched
G.I.
that-
Joe movie.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they get their pen. That's all the Republicans have now. Is their war on woke, their war on whatever it is.
They can choose not to go to the stupid movie.
Yeah. Oh, that hadn't crossed their mind.
Nah.
That hadn't crossed their mind. Not to
They
go.
are adults.
Maybe they could go to
after all.
another movie. No, they don't want you going to the movie and learning the liberal.
They don't want us to get an attitude?
If you go, your kid's gonna turn gay. That's what it is.
Well, you
Little
know
boy's
what's
gonna be
funny
gay because
about
that's
it?
a role model. Huh?
You know what's funny about it is I feel like most of y'all are in my age group, and these Republicans are too. But we all grew up on Bugs Bunny being in a dress, or I think
Drag has been a
uh,
part of our culture forever.
Oh,
yeah. And then
Oh,
yeah.
all of a sudden, it's like
Even
it's
even yeah, even All in the Family.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
remember when Archie Bunker saved that what he thought
yes,
was a lady?
yes, yeah. I
Oh,
remember
and
that
and
yeah.
one.
and he and she, he said, I was always, I'll always help the ladies, and he goes, I'm no lady.
Right, right.
I mean, it's
But it's been out, it's been forever, but they don't have anything to argue about.
Yeah,
They're scraping the bottom of the barrel, trying to create controversy,
something
and I
because
think yeah,
yeah,
it's
because they don't have any
misdirection.
policy.
yeah.
They have
JWB's
absolutely
got it.
no policy other than just stuff in their rich people's pockets.
52Z
Hmm.
You know,
just said it in the chat. He said it's never we don't like it, so we won't do it with the GOP. It's we don't like it, so no one should do it. That's their
yeah,
attitude. With a lot of things, if they don't like it, well, it should be illegal. You know, it's sad what they have done to the Republican Party because
Well,
this only started since Reagan, and I say only. Look how many years that's been. What 20, 40 years,
but,
almost 50 years since Reagan. 40 years, I guess.
well, Reagan was a sly one. He was
Well, Reagan
very
knew he
sly.
was an actor. He
Yeah,
came on the scene to sell an idea, not a you know. It's,
and that was Trump's idea. He wanted to be another Reagan, but
uh,
uh, he's like the complete opposite of Reagan. Instead of honey and sugar, he wanted to beat everybody into submission.
I don't know about
hey, has
Donnie.
anybody heard whether or not they're still pursuing that investigation to see if Trump was actually working with the Russians? I heard something about they opened it up to look at it.
The
Uh,
Mueller
that,
investigation?
no, 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 no. There was a different one to find out if Trump was actually, I guess the better word for it is a spy working with them. They
I
had
don't know
opened
anything
You know,
up
about it.
I
something.
don't know, but it sounds logical to me.
See, I always thought that from the very get.
Everybody's thought it. He's wanted a Trump
Well,
tower in Moscow forever.
But I
We
yeah,
all
heard something
watched
about
him
the
in Helsinki
FBI.
kiss Putin's ass. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Well, howdy. Let me thank Linda, boy, I always want to say that in the middle. Linda Gallup, who just came in with $10 and said, "How soon until the orange turd starts using the Justin Aldean song at his hate?" Yeah, really.
Exactly.
Waiting for it.
yep,
And I
yep.
wouldn't doubt it. Jason would let him do it too. Thank you very much, Linda. I appreciate that tremendously, baby. But yeah, uh, country music's kind of taking it on the jaw with that one. What I seen a lot of people are. It's a story about Tony Bennett. Anybody see that? How comments
Uh,
about Tony Bennett are aimed at are like a knife to Jason Aldean or something. They're
Mhm.
well, I hope it hurts all the way to the pocketbook.
I believe more like Linda. I think the right's going to take it as an anthem. They're gonna suck it up. That's their theme. Try that in a
Well,
small town with the videos that they had going on there. It plays into their theme.
Well, they
Their
do that
agenda.
with anything we call out,
Yes,
and yeah,
yeah.
it
I
gets so
think they'll
absurd
try to own it.
you can't overlook it. You have to call it out when it gets absurd.
Wait. Who's the? Oh, I'm bad on names. There's somebody, and I know it's either Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, somewhere in that area. Congressman or congressman, I guess, who is calling for a. Maybe it's just a calling for the Civil War between the states. It's time. All right, wait a minute. I got to Google that because I know I'm not lying. Let me see. Anybody seen that? Probably somebody faster on Google than I am.
Oh, hell, they've been saying that, John, for quite some time in the redneck states.
Yeah, well, they've been preaching
Damn.
a little bit more. Uh,
Yeah, but there's 30% of them, and there's a hell of a lot of us. They can go take a flying fuck at a rolling donut and see what it gets them.
See if I get
That's the way I kind of see it. Yeah, fuck them. And that's like I was telling Joe. I got to talk to Joe for a little bit last night. We're on the same page on that kind of shit. Liberals, we carry weapons too. We ain't just a bunch of
I don't want it to
pussy.
come to that.
No,
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 I
no,
don't
no one
want it.
does. No
Yeah.
one does.
No.
But push comes to shove, you know,
That,
and
I
I'm
don't think there's
hoping.
any one of us that will not hesitate, that will
It-
hesitate a bit to defend our own person
Oh,
or
yeah.
our own home.
Oh,
Yeah,
it,
and
it
there's-
would it would
there-
it would take half of a split second for me.
And if Republicans think that Democrats don't own guns, then well, that's a stupid mistake walking up my driveway.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be just my family, my
No.
friends.
No.
I'll go to the ends of the earth.
Well, I appreciate that,
I'm
Bob.
the
Yes,
same way,
it was.
Joe.
I guarantee you.
It was on the New York Times. I know I read it somewhere. And the question is a civil war ahead? I can't read it because I can't read that small print. Anyway, there's some either talking head, somebody on a radio show, right-wing radio show, is actually calling for it's time for a civil war between the states, that Republican states ought to stand up. And it just, it makes me wonder who these fucking idiots are, because show me a state that isn't got Republicans and Democrats in it.
Oh, yeah. And a couple of independents.
And independents, there's a mix in every state. Nobody
Yes.
has a claim on a state, politically speaking. They do it in Congress. We call them red states, blue states, but that's in the legislation. That's not the state. The state is occupied by everybody.
Yeah.
Let's follow
Well,
the
That's
money.
why it's important to be
Let's
involved.
follow the damn money. Because there's a lot of higher ups with this Citizens United shit that is starting this
That-
crap that really don't know what the hell they're doing,
How long
but
has
they're
it been
enjoying
since
their
that cleared the Supreme Court? I know it's over 10 years or so.
5 or 6 years, maybe
Is it?
10.
It's been something like that.
I was thinking more. Yeah, but what they're forgetting is that we haven't forgot. But what
No.
they're doing is follow
But it's getting-
that money. Follow that money. Who's doing this? DOJ and FBI and everybody ought to be on this. They should be all over this and go, hey, here's where the
But it's
money's
not
coming
illegal.
from.
It's not. That's what
No.
Citizens United did. It made it legal. Corporations
Yeah.
are people too, my friend. Isn't that
Within
the line they
parameters, you
did?
can do all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
That's the saddest part.
introduced unlimited dark money into politics,
Yeah.
into politicians' pockets.
But one thing about it, John, is that you know, and I think everybody knows that Donald Trump made X amount of dollars while from the Russia and China and all that while he was president. You know, he made
Here's the
money.
kicker. Here's the
Yeah.
kicker. In the last 6 months, Donald Trump has spent $40 million
I saw that.
of his PAC money on his legal fees.
That's their donors given into a political action
I mean,
committee.
he's actually paying
Yes.
lawyers.
Yes,
Yes,
over
Yeah.
40 million.
over $40 million in the last
And his
6
political
months he's spent
donations have
on
gone
legal
for his.
fees
Isn't that
from
just?
his super PAC.
I just don't understand. A man that lives in a castle down in Florida, man. He's got millions and millions of dollars, and you're coughing up your $10 to him to pay his legal fees? Really?
Right?
It's
And
just-
that shows who he is. He won't
Yes.
spend his own money.
no.
But he'll spend yours.
Yo, not a problem, buddy. Send more. That's what he's all about. That's what he's been about all his life.
All his life.
Money. It's been nothing but. You know, that's
Living
what.
off everybody.
If you make the list of all the shit that pisses me off about Republicans, and this man, is the fact that, are you shitting me? Anybody with any integrity, the man claimed bone spurs to get out of military service at the same time playing tennis at the college he was at. Give me a fucking break. Somebody went in his place. That's the number one thing. Dare you fucking hang patriot around his fucking neck. The only thing around his neck should be
But you know
something else.
something. I can't see.
It just boggles my mind that they sing patriotism and praise him for all. He's been nothing but a thieving con man, tax evader, everything. Every contractor that ever worked for him, every working man that ever worked for him, had to go to court to get their fucking money from him. He is nothing but a scumbag. But yet they suck it up. Because it's more about a finger in your face than it is about this country. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They just
and you know
put a
what
finger in
bothers
your
me
face.
is what bothers me is some of the people that are donating to them are veterans.
Yes. Yes.
They're veterans.
Well, look at the Oath Keepers, buddy. Who do you think that was?
There's a lot of law enforcement in there, sheriff's unions, police unions, all the rest of that.
All sold under the guise of, oh, it's patriotic. You're doing something for your country. No, you were conned. You were conned into something like Adolf Hitler's Third Reich.
You know, and there's a few immigrants, especially from Cuba and Puerto Rico and
it doesn't make sense.
South.
Why?
And it doesn't make sense to me. I'm so confused that those people who were not given the free ride, you know, they didn't come over here and conquer.
It really has a lot to do with right-wing radio taking over a lot of Spanish-speaking radio stations and shit like that. You know, they have infiltrated the airwaves, and these people are made to believe that they're allies until they're not, until they become othered by these people, and they will become othered. And at that point, it will be too late because they've already bought it, you know, hook, line, and sinker, that the Republican Party is going to do something for them. They're not. They're not.
No. It's like a Rush Limbaugh friggin' Jerry Springer show that they've already invested a lot of money into.
Yeah, they can't turn it loose.
It's no different than DeSantis trying to get Prager University, the unaccredited propaganda into the school systems down there in Florida as teaching material, instead of teaching the real history of this country. This is their way of controlling education, which is something that they feel that they have
feel
to
like if they control the education, they can control the future.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, they do. They do.
They will if we let them get away with it.
I mean, you take that and couple that with what Abbott is doing up in Houston in changing libraries into detention centers. It is controlling the future. The message is clear.
Yeah.
We don't want people of color in our society. The message is very, very fucking clear.
I don't know how you separate the Republican Party from white nationalism nowadays. I just don't know how you do that.
No.
Tuberville's still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Tuberville's a prime example of it.
Politically speaking, I don't believe we don't have too much to worry about Pence or DeSantis being president. Seeing how
the problem is with the threat itself, which is Trump's fucking ass. Therein lies the problem, because he controls the party, and because he controls the party, he's going to stick his minions on the Congress and making sure that he controls the Congress.
Yeah. Yep. You better be loyal to me, fucking asshole.
Well, that's what Trump is about. It's all about loyalty to him. Screw anything else.
And who has he stood up before that has already been prosecuted? Who? Whose attorney did he pay for? Who has he gotten out of jail?
Nobody. Not a soul.
Thank you.
Nobody.
And the two that
ask me who's gone to jail. Michael Cohen and a whole lot of more are fixing to.
All of them.
You know, I said today on Tim's show.
And he pardoned a whole lot of people before he left office, when he had his criminal enterprise in our White House.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. You know, everybody's waiting on the January 6th grand jury to come out with indictments. I'm waiting.
Roger Stone.
Oh, a list, baby. This all did not happen on January 6th. This took months to plan. This is a
Remember
large
he-
conspiracy,
They
baby.
had a plot to sell pardons for $2
I
million
am waiting to
that
see the
Rudy
names.
Giuliani thought he was going to
Yeah,
split
Rudy's
with
fixing to
him.
have an awakening down in Georgia real quick.
Yeah,
I think that's going to come quick. You know, they already put the barriers up around the courthouse.
Yes, they have.
I think they're preparing
Yes,
to
they
do
have.
this early in August. Or August starts on Tuesday. I wouldn't doubt this
Absolutely.
week. That's why I said I think things are going to heat up this week. We're
I
going to
bought a
see
big
some
box
activity.
of popcorn.
Did you?
Yes,
There
sir.
you go. You're going to need it. What to do when it comes? Yeah, I heard
Big
there's a
old
catering
box of
service
all Redenbacher.
for your
That's trying to
trial
do.
party to watch the trial.
I'm
That's-
telling you. Oh my lord, man! I get up real early. I've already put out the Blackstone. I pulled out my grill. I got my barbecue pit going. It's gonna be.
Bless your heart, buddy. I don't have to
telling
do
you.
all that. All I have to do is throw the steak out there on the porch and just wait a few minutes. Go out there and pick it up. It'll be fine. Cooked.
Remember, you got a standing invitation.
I know, brother. I appreciate that.
But
Too.
it'll
I
be
think I
it'll
won't
be
take
at
you
night.
up on it one of these days too. Drive up over
Oh
there
yeah,
with my plate.
it'll be at nighttime. It'll be at nighttime. You just roll down your window when you get to 666 and 359, and you'll hear the
Just
music.
follow the smell, buddy. Just follow the smell.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm ready.
My barbecue
get a
pit
southern-
died, brother.
Yeah, but let's make it
Lack of
cooler,
attention,
okay?
I think.
You know, Michael. That's why I cook at night.
He does
Me
too.
too.
He
Yeah,
stays
I
up
got
all
all
night
night.
cooking. Of course, we're not cooking.
I
We're
do
not
too.
talking about a regular little barbecue for the family.
No,
We're
no.
talking about a lot of
I
meat
used
being
to.
cooked.
Oh, yeah. He knows I used to.
Oh yeah.
I pull up some old pictures of some, doing at least 14 shoulders at a time.
Boy,
And if
that's a
you
lot.
know
Well,
what a shoulder is, it's bigger.
Pretty good size hunk of meat.
Yeah.
It's 3 times bigger than a basketball, maybe 5 times. It's
I
not
think-
little. So, yeah.
Hey, Michael.
I think Michael
Yes.
and Randy, they're all competing.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What
Michael
happened to
fell.
Michael?
He accidentally biffed himself.
He ditched himself. That's what he did. He hit a button.
Oh,
He hit the
Lord.
wrong button.
He'll be
Yeah.
I was
back.
just fixing to ask him. Or I could ask Bernadette. Your
Ask
name
me
was brought
what?
up. You heard anything about another Blue Dot reunion or get together?
Not personally, but
Okay.
I know there are certain people checking around in the background.
Yeah, that's
doing
what I
some
got
things
today.
and
That's what I got
investigating
today. A
things,
message poking around in the background going, hey, why don't we do this again? So, something
Where?
well, where is being discussed evidently. You know, we've had 3 Blue Dot family meetings in San Antonio so far, and I think the reason there is because John can drive to San Antonio pretty easy, but
Yeah.
that's not a deciding factor. You know, we've had people fly in from across the country, and if they're willing to fly, baby, I'm willing to fly. So I'm, K-Wise,
Oh, I see.
K-Wise, he's hawking for Kansas City. Now,
Yeah.
somebody brought up a city in North Carolina that interested me.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be fun.
Is that why somebody's painting the porch and the
Yeah, that's
the
them people.
fence
Yeah,
and-
I think they'd be wonderful hosts. I do.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway, yeah, there's some discussion
would-
going
and
on
it would-
about that happening
And it
again.
would be cooler. It would be cooler.
It would be. I don't know. There he is. There he is. I don't know what happened to him, but he jumped ship, and so we'll just throw him in the life preserver and jump his ass back in here.
Oh, well, he's gonna have to push that button on that life alert. Help! I'm falling and I can't get
Well,
up.
don't laugh. It might be doing. I did that, and let me try this one more time. I did that, and let's see what he does here. He might. There he is.
There he is.
What'd you do?
Sorry,
Hit a
I had
button?
to reboot. I got doxxed again.
Oh, did you?
I might have said something wrong. I don't know. Hell.
That's probably what it was. That's probably what his
What
big
was
brother
he
left
asking me, brother? Because I heard,
Hell,
hey,
that was,
Michael.
yes, sir. Don't ask me to remember. I'd have to back up the tape. Or you shouldn't. John's mind is a sieve nowadays. I got so much stuff going through it, I swear.
Well, Michael's a grade A chef. He roadkill, right, Michael?
Oh no, not roadkill. No, we used to shoot our possums and
You
coons and
didn't pick
stuff.
them off the road. You got them off the tree, just like
He got
everybody
them
else.
fresh out of the trees. Yeah.
Yeah, well, any critters like
Or
that.
out the ditch, whatever happened first.
I stopped. I stopped doing that because they were so essential to us. The possums eat more ticks than you
Oh.
can imagine.
Oh yeah.
The coons eat more, and they're just
Oh
like a
no,
cat.
we
My
have
cat
we have
will go over
raccoons, we
there
have
and
possums
hug me.
around here.
Yeah.
Nobody bothers them.
Yeah.
They do their business.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm staying away from those armadillos. I hear they got what do they call that disease that eats meat, eats your skin?
Leprosy.
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 Yeah, that was a delicacy for me.
Still bullshit.
There is some medical news. I think it's somewhere up in the Northeast. It's some kind of rare disease that has popped up recently. Somebody help me out there. Anything in the see, things get in my head because I read a lot of headlines. I don't read all the stories that go with the headlines. I scan the headlines, read a lot of them, and
I know
zero in.
I've been seeing a lot of articles about ticks and the allergy that they cause to red meat.
There is one, and
after
it's a
been
Lone Star
bitten by
tick
ticks.
because it's got a little white spot on the back of the tick that it can give you a disease or whatever that makes you allergic to red meat.
Yeah.
So you could eat a
that's been
hamburger
out
and
for
just all of a
about
sudden
a
get
couple
real
years.
sick.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
That's been out for a couple of years. If they bite a deer and you eat that deer, you won't want no red meat.
yeah. That's what if you get that bug inside of you, then you develop an allergy to red meat, pork included. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, you said red. No, that's
I can't remember the name of it.
Clean tick collars, people. Cause
it's been in the news. Lone Star tick. So you see a tick
Well,
with a
I
black
guess
spot on the back of it.
I guess I'll have to eat my meat well done then from then on.
I cook everything I eat, buddy.
But
When I go to sushi, I say, can you throw that on a pit there for a minute? Just flip that in the frying pan for a minute. Just bring that back there.
you have to have possums around because ticks are caviar to a possum. And
They eat a lot of ticks, as a matter of fact. Ticks are one of their...
they do.
Yeah.
So, keep them around, And,
just
and
don't
I
bother.
do.
Everything's welcome around here, as long as you ain't got a beef with your neighbor. The raccoon doesn't mess with the possum. The squirrels believe, everybody's peaceful and happy out here. Stay in your own shit.
Well, this is what happens when nature gets out of balance.
Yeah.
And man has moved into all these places and have sent nature out of
I'm
balance.
afraid with the weather, the climate changing the way it is, we're going to see a whole lot more problems.
We're going to see worse than that.
Yeah.
You just wait till all of our agriculture starts to fail.
Yeah. Food source starts drying up. That's going to be a big problem.
Yeah.
It already is now. And because of this heat.
You can't find sriracha right now because they can't grow enough red peppers to fucking make that shit.
Yeah, you're going to see that affecting a lot of crops. And
Bernadette, how many plants do you got, Bernadette?
Oh, Bernie's got a
well,
bunch
it
of
depends
plants.
on what kind of plants you're talking about.
Shit, when the apocalypse comes, I'm going to her house. Man. She cans everything and puts everything up.
I have my pepper plants, and I'm finally getting jalapenos. And jalapenos will turn red if you leave them out there.
Yes.
And
I hear certain plants that herb plants they produce more oxygen or get that.
Yes, it does.
Basil is quite leafy.
Basil. That's what we were talking about. That's why you got to grow more basil.
And I have basil too. Which I meant to pick some this morning because I got this big, huge, red, juicy tomato that's just waiting to have some basil.
Begging for it to be cut,
There
huh?
you go.
Balsamic
be the
vinegar
best one.
and oil. That kind of thing.
They turn red on the vine like that. You bet your ass.
Yes, they will.
Anyway.
I just love a couple of scrambled eggs mixed in with some cheese and some tomato. And
Absolutely.
oh Lord, I'm getting hungry.
A little bit of spinach. Yeah.
Some
I'm
sour
pretty
cream,
basic. I
some
chop up some
salsa on top
jalapenos,
of
some
that, and
onions, saute them in a little butter, put it off to the side, and then I do my omelet, put my cheese in there, and then I put my jalapenos, onions in there. And
When did this turn into the Blue Dot Family
yeah,
Cooking Show?
when I started getting hungry again.
it
We,
went food porn real quick,
All
you
right,
know.
Timothy, look, a little while ago I see somebody's talking about an Indian reservation legalizing weed. They're going to start selling. Now, Timothy's coming in here. You can grow 6 weed plants per person legally in California.
You can, John. You can. Per person
Yeah.
legally
That's
in
a
California,
bullshit,
you
man.
could grow 6
Goddamn,
plants.
make it federal
That
or
is
what?
true.
I think you can do that here
Absolutely.
too.
Yep. You do not need a permit to grow 6 plants.
same here in Missouri, and they're almost as tall as me.
We got problems in this country. And Jeff, this ain't helping my munchies. Neither me, buddy. And it doesn't help. Ever since I quit smoking, I can smell everything. You know, I had a right down here, a little trash can that over the years, whenever my ashtray got filled, I put it in there. You know, ashtray. Boy, howdy shit! It wasn't long before I could smell that shit. And so yeah, I've been noticing things like that. My sense of smell, my sense of taste is getting better and shit like that. So yeah,
It's amazing. The body is, you know, every
resilient,
day
I guess.
we have cells in our body that die, and we make brand new cells every single
Every
day. And when you stop something like smoking, it's amazing how many of your cells that have been inundated for so long just come back to life, and you're able to do things that you barely even noticed before.
Well,
And so I'm very proud of
waiting.
you, John. Hang in there.
I am.
Good work, dude.
I think
Good
I'm
work.
past the rough point now.
Right
you know,
on.
I'm not craving it every time I turn around. My
You're over the
my
hump.
worst time is in the morning with my coffee.
Yep.
Read the news and you get pissed off. You want to smoke a cigarette. The secret I have found is if there's not one here in the house, well, good luck with that. So
Yeah.
it fades.
You
It
don't
goes
buy
away.
them, you can't
Yeah.
smoke them.
You don't smoke if they're not here.
Good job.
I'd have to drive. Let me see, 8 miles.
Yep.
In the morning if I wanted a cigarette, so I ain't doing that.
You'd have to drive 8
Nope.
miles on the Devil's Highway.
I use alternative methods nowadays.
There you go. You sit in the front porch and
Uh,
do yoga, right?
What is
You
it?
just do.
I use clove cigarettes. Yeah, that's what it is. Clove.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Roll me up a little clove cigarette. I'm fine.
Cavendish.
Cavendish, a little Cavendish there.
There you go.
Smooths out the rougher edges, baby. Anyway, I swear, it just kills me every time somebody starts talking about legalizing it all over the place, because in my mind, like I've always said, we're going to be the last one. And it has nothing to do with the evils of weed. It has everything to do with a very long border in a drug war. We're winning the war on drugs. We're winning the war on drugs. Yeah.
You know what? We just need to get rid of that gimp in the governor's house.
We're
for
working
once
on
and
that.
for all.
Uh,
And you know, they should have term limits on how many times
well,
a guy like that can
I
be
got
in
into a
power.
discussion about term limits, and you know, to me, it's one of those things that America desperately needs, but it's never going to get. We're not going to get term limits because guess who votes on that?
Right.
Yeah.
The politicians.
Yeah, they're not going
And they're not going to limit their income like
No.
that.
No.
Oh, no.
But wouldn't it be great if they did, and we had a constant turnover of people that had a desire to work for the people? Because most congressmen, not all, I think, go into Congress with an idea that they're going to move mountains or make things better, but then they get into Congress and find a whole different animal in
And
there.
they stay too long at the fair.
That's it.
Well,
baby.
Yep.
they see the pot of gold at the end of the waiting
That's
bowl.
it. I think
start
that pot of gold
saying,
has a lot to do with it.
That's the end of the circus.
Yeah.
Well, John, in a lot of ways, we did the same damn thing when we joined the military. It's not much damn different. We were going to change the world.
Well,
We were going to make it better. We were going to
yeah.
do what we for the country.
That lasted all the way through boot camp, didn't it?
Uh-huh.
When you came out the other end of that shit, then life changed, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
a good sell. And I'm proud of my service. I don't, but we could do better for our military than what we do. Like I just mentioned a little while ago, we got an $886 billion defense budget, and a
Yeah.
very small fucking percentage of that shit goes to our soldiers and sailors.
Yeah.
There's more that goes to contractors that have, and they live a lavish lifestyle, baby,
Yep.
They're the-
on our money, and that pisses
Yep.
me off.
Yeah,
So,
but they did get something. They did get something this time around.
yeah,
Well, I mean,
Joe Biden got one of the biggest pay raises.
Well, don't worry. By the time Congress comes back from their vacation,
Yeah.
their summer break, they're gonna shut shit down within 3 weeks anyway.
And then
so,
we won't have anything
all
to worry about. Our
that
government will be
look forward.
perfect then because it won't exist.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what
I
they're going
hope
to do
so.
when they come back. They're threatening to shut down the government again,
Yep.
yeah.
because it seems to be a thing with them. I'm going to hold my breath.
And the only and if anybody hasn't noticed, the only time the government even threatens to get shut down is when the Republicans are
What
in
dare you
office.
say? Who is in charge? Yeah, that's the only time you see this shit is when the Republicans do it, because that's the game they're willing to play.
Because the Democrats are too busy fixing shit every time we get in office.
It seems to be a thing that what we do the people's business. All you have to do is look to the other side. Do you see anybody on that side doing anything except hollering about
Anything.
Joe Biden or the Democrats or the liberals or books or gays or transgender or whatever the fuck it is they want to be pissed off about? That's what their whole thing is.
How many pieces of legislature has Ted Cruz, Jim Jordan,
Zero.
or what's her name?
Kevin-
MG. What? How many
Marjorie
have they
Taylor
passed?
Greene ain't
He has
even
not
brought
been
up
able
the
to
bill.
pass a
Major
damn
killer garbage.
thing since he's been in office. Kevin McCarthy has not been able to pass
Ace.
Anything.
Nope.
But yet they
Because
get
see,
a good
once it
paycheck.
comes, they could pass it in the House. It's gonna die in the Senate, and it'll never pass.
Kevin's starting to have a little
Biden's
trouble with the moderate Republicans. Because the only reason Kevin's in there is because the right-wing nut job society, the Republican Party, put his ass in there. They can take him out any time. But this is pissing off the moderate Republicans who are holding on to a slim majority in a purple state. You know, this shit doesn't
Yeah.
go all over the place.
That reminds me of something my mama used to say.
What your mama used to say?
My mama used to say, "I brought you here, and I can take you
your
out."
ass out. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, but
Seriously.
what happened to the girly man outside of Long Island? They fucked the hell up about him.
Girly man. Who?
Santos or
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
oh well, you haven't heard much since he got them 13 charges his own damn
Oh,
self.
actually, you hear
And
from
he's
him
still going
every
through it.
day on Twitter. I don't
Yes.
follow. I'm sorry, X or whatever the hell it is now.
Yes,
but,
they're gonna stop tweeting, calling it tweets.
Yeah, he
They're just gonna be posts now to the
pops
X
up on my
brand because
notifications every time. So he says something. I don't know why. Evidently, I did something and hit a button somewhere. But yeah,
No,
about
he
every day he
forced
puts out some
himself on
bullshit about how
everybody,
great he
John.
is. Huh?
he forced himself, so everybody has to receive his
Yeah.
bullshit.
Is that what it is? Because it
That's
pops
what
up
it
on my
is.
shit all the time, and I don't know how in the hell it got there.
Because he owns it and he's forcing you to read his shit.
Pisses me off. X.
Scroll,
yeah,
scroll,
X.
scroll. I don't read it.
I noticed on my phone, because like on Tim's show, Tim Cormall's show, what used to be you had to have a Twitter friend of the week. Somebody you pick off Twitter when Twitter was decent, and come in and quote them or something and give them accolades for that. And now, since Elon Musk has taken over Twitter and made it what it is, it has changed from Twitter friend of the week to our social media friend of the week. And so and as a matter of fact, the name just popped in my head because when I was on Tim's show, my social media friend of the week was our own Velda Snyder. So Velda, if you listen, I hope your followers pick up there on Facebook. And not only that, today is Velda's birthday. So we sang happy birthday to
Sing along
Velda.
time.
Yes. Well, happy birthday to you.
To you.
Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday
you.
To you,
Happy birthday,
birthday, dear Velda.
dear Velda. Happy birthday to you.
You
Boy, we're
and
just,
many
man, we ought to
more.
form a choir. We're so in tune with each other, I'm telling you. Yes, I called her out as my social media friend of the week today because she's got a big heart. She's been a member of this family for a long time, and today was her birthday. So yeah, I wanted to call her out today, and I hope she's doing fine. There's
I hope she is too.
yes. Um, have we heard any more news about our friend Bernadette?
I haven't.
Hmm.
I have not heard anything. So, but I did hear from Andy Paguda, Filthy Mouth Liberal, this morning.
Oh,
We had a very
Your
good talk.
go
Yes,
figure.
that's my boo. We had a wonderful talk
What's
in
going on?
Discord today, and he's doing well. He's
Good.
doing very well. Um, and you know Andy, he's just a good-hearted
Oh,
person and
he's a
got
huge
lots of
heart.
love for everybody. And so
He spreads that around too.
he had to go in for some a checkup from the neck up, and he's doing good.
Good.
You're
Good. I'm
good.
glad to hear it.
Yeah, he
The
sounded
little
good.
trip that was being discussed, and might as well let that. Caroline Majesco was the one that called me and mentioned that they would have their area, their home, up as a host spot for a Blue Dot family meeting if we wanted to do it. Andy does not live too far from them, and that's one big draw right there. I would just love to go shake his hand. I would love to meet that guy because he's got a huge heart, and I think we're all worried about him. Of course, we have several Blue Dots that we're all worried about right now,
Yes.
and I don't want to say anything because we don't know. All we know is that Aussie Dave may have had a medical event. We don't know the situation or anything. He has not been around. We are very concerned about him. Uh, if there's any chance he's listening or his family is listening, we are all concerned about him. He is a
And I
very
was going to
beloved.
ask you about him.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're waiting. We're trying to find out what we can. But
Right.
this Blue Dot family is very large. Don't think everybody in here is
Yes.
having roses and butterflies every day,
Oh,
because
No.
it's not the case. We have members in this family that go through bullshit every day, and I'm no exclusion to that. So sometimes it's hard to come in here in the show and do a show, or it's hard to come in here and have conversations with the life and the shit that's going on in our lives. But thank you so much for doing it because. Oh, that's me! Son of a bitch, I hit the button. My thing fell over. Anyway, my whining session is over. Anyway,
We're not crying about anything around here.
no,
We're truly very
it's
grateful
right there
that
on the corner. It's right there on the corner when I tipped it over. Anyway,
Sure, that's the ticket. Yeah.
that's the ticket.
John only cries when nobody sends him mail.
And I haven't got no mail.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I went to the
cowboy.
post office. Yeah, went in there and looked again, like I always do. Pen in hand and key shaking, because the nerves are so shot, and you're thinking for that one chance that you're going to get some mail. But no, you open the fucking door and what's that? Nothing in there. You want to just anyway, send mail.
Send mail.
Yeah, I don't have a button for that anymore. I think it pops up every once in a while if it's working. It should
Yeah,
pop
well,
up
I
on the
just
screen.
posted where you can send mail to P.O. Box 2644, Corpus Christi, Texas 78426.
That's me. That's me.
So John doesn't hit that button and
Yeah.
cry like a little baby.
That's a little
Don't
baby. You don't want to
send
hear this
mail,
shit.
please.
Who wants to hear that crap? Nobody wants to.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that.
We raise them so they quit doing that shit. That's
Yeah,
why
absolutely.
you stick a bottle in their mouth. Shut that
And it's
shit.
hard to hear a 70-year-old man cry.
Oh, ain't it
Okay.
pitiful? Ain't it pitiful? I'm feeling it too here lately. I don't know. I got inspiration though. Today was Joe Santos' 74th birthday, and man, that guy sounds like he's 30. So, yeah, and like I said, quit smoking, so my lungs are getting better, all that good shit. So I plan on sticking around
Right
for
on.
a damn awesome. I ain't quit smoking just so I could die tomorrow. Fuck that shit. I better live
Right.
forever.
Yeah.
And John, your brother is doing well?
I spoke yesterday to my brother on Messenger video call yesterday. So yeah, me and him got to sat down. They were on the porch out there in Tennessee, It's just gorgeous. I just love it. They had everybody around, so I got to visit with everybody in the family up there. And yeah, he's doing real
Right
well.
on. Right on.
Still no smoking, no drinking. Uh, I did tell him, and I'm not. It's a little strange talking to him now. He's like a little different, you know. All his life he's been an alcoholic, and then when you move past that and become yourself again, it takes a little adjustment. So yeah,
Yes.
and I tell him that too. It's just a little strange. I'm getting used to it. Hell, I'm sober. I just never talk to you sober. That's all. And
Right on.
but he is doing well, and yeah, the whole family was around up there. So you know, he's not kidding himself, and neither else. He's not in good shape. It was either he was going to quit smoking and quit drinking, or he was going to die soon. Uh, the dying part ain't going away. We're just hoping to push it back as far as we can.
Yeah.
Of course.
So,
Yeah.
and isn't that the truth with all of us?
Well,
We're-
it's just
Yeah.
giving him time to be with his family
Indeed.
in his sober state,
Indeed.
and that's a great thing. You
It
can't
is.
That's
ask
a
for more
gift.
than that.
That's
Yeah,
a gift.
and I saw that yesterday with the whole family on the porch, you know, friends and family around him, and they were
Yeah.
having a grand old time. I enjoyed my visit with him. So yeah, I'm trying to talk him into getting Wi-Fi at his house so we could do that all the time. Andy
Right
is not,
on.
my brother is not one for technology. No, he's still got rabbit ears. Are you shitting me?
Okay.
The only thing he has a cell phone for is the phone. And it has the date and time on the front, so he knows that. Other than that, he doesn't push a single button on there. So
Yeah,
he is
that
my,
sounds like
Nothing
my
wrong with
sister.
that.
yeah, he's
Mm,
not
absolutely.
technologically
Advanced. as we
advanced. Yeah,
would
no,
say.
he has no interest in it whatsoever. But he did enjoy the video. He loves it. He just doesn't want to be the one to do it.
My sister's the same way. She loved
Yeah.
being on video and
Sure.
being able to see family
Just
and
don't
talk,
ask
but
her
to
to
get
do
her
it.
to push that button, no, she's not going to do it either.
Yeah, well, you know, it's I'm not too far from that. Everything in front of me here, everything that you see, if I hit the right button, all of this is all Travis, including the stuff you don't see over here. If Travis didn't do all this, John'd be sitting here by himself staring at, I guess, my iPad still. So,
Uh,
you know, I'm not that advanced.
Speaking
but,
of Travis, how is his anxiety level with
his,
all the stuff he has to do?
oh, well, yeah. Well, you ask anybody about anxiety levels around here, that's not what we're thinking. We switch to a different subject around here. He
Well,
is
when you
doing
wanna
fine.
get-
He's out today. As a matter of fact, he was out gone all day yesterday, and he's gone today. They're finalizing a lot of stuff. This con is coming up pretty soon, and the closer they get to it, the more people want to change things, and the more that pisses Travis off. And Travis is the kind, he's not going to say anything. He's going to suck it up and come home and complain about doing it, and then do it, and then go back. You know, it's
Yeah, that's the way I am.
it's
I mean,
a lot of work.
Yeah,
Boy.
like me, I'm preparing two weeks in advance because I get anxious at the last minute, and I hate change.
Yeah.
I,
Well,
I really do.
I know he knows there's some things because he had my thing here, my touchpad, where I make the baby cry, or slap somebody. I had 2 pages where I had to swipe to another page that had our 2 for blue. Well, if y'all remember one show, I swiped and I couldn't get back. It froze on that page for a while, and so I
Right.
said something about that, and then he did a change, and the change prevented me from swiping to the next page. So all those 2 for blues on that page, I can't get to right now. I can only get to the 2 I have here, which we will do right now because Ty and Pinkins down in Mississippi needs your help, because we need somebody like Ty in Mississippi. He can make drastic changes in Mississippi, and we want to see that happen. And if I hit the button right, Sherrod Brown up in Ohio. Ohio, we need to keep, baby. It's a tough battle up there. So these are our 2 for blue. As soon as I get my other page, we have a lot more on the other page. I just can't swipe to get to it right now. He should be back this week, and maybe be able to get my buttons fixed. But that's the only 2 I have right now. But the time is coming, because and this is going to go by fast. You know, we're going to be right in the middle of Donnie's trial, right during the middle of an election. That's what we're looking forward to. And in my book, everything is on the line this time. I mean, every time he gets another indictment or something, his numbers go up. Really? You just want to walk around some places and slap people. You know.
Speaking of Ohio, John.
Huh?
I said, speaking of Ohio.
Yes. You all have.
They still have that issue coming up on August 8th.
On August 8th, which is just next week. Let me see. Well, week after that, I think. Yeah.
Had a vote no. Granville G. Walton Jr. says no on issue 1.
On issue 1. I mentioned that today, too. No on issue 1 up in Ohio. This is what we talk about when we mean all politics. Everything is local, baby. Everything that affects you affects the rest of us. So that's how come we really want to push for everybody to be involved. Because we have to take care of each other. Because we let the Republican Party go, baby. Oh, yeah, that too. Thank you, BW. Credits.
Yeah. And I also did see an article out of Dayton, I think it was, and it said that the early voting, just because I don't know if there's anything else but this issue. I don't know if there's other things they're voting on or if this is just this issue.
Right.
The early voting is been high, even higher than the midterms, which was, they had kind of hit some records there too, I think.
Right.
So this is the early voting was up really high for this issue. So they're hopeful. They're really hopeful.
Is that statewide?
I do believe the issue is statewide, yes.
There's a lot of counties in there that need some Democratic dog catchers up.
You know, Don Cheeto just made a comment in here, and some people already agreed, and I do too.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Don Cheeto just wrote, I don't believe the Dems are so bad at messaging. I just think that leadership isn't as enthusiastic about getting that type of message out. And I have to agree with that, because if you look at the Republicans, baby, they jump up and down, scream and holler. They get their people involved.
Yeah.
We need to do a whole lot more of that. I like to think that's what this is. This part of this is our show doing that. Jumping up and down and get involved. Because we have to get the turnout.
Here's some good news, John.
What?
In June 3rd of this year, if you did hashtag John Britovo on TikTok, only had 536. But I did a hashtag on John Britovo yesterday, and it was 196,000.
Really? Boy, howdy shit, Michael.
That's a month, and it's a month and 26.
We're doing pretty good on TikTok. We get a lot of involvement on TikTok. It surprised me. Because, you know, when Travis first said, well, you need to get on TikTok, I go, yeah, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, that's all I need. And, no, he wanted to get me on there, so we got on there, and yeah, I think we're well over 67,000 followers. We've gone way over 535,000 likes. That's how they track everything over there every time you get a like. But it's also, you know, we have a lot of good participation in comments. And it is the one place, if you go look, that John does interact with trolls. Ha! Come on my page and say shit, buddy. I'm going to say shit right back to you.
Well, I see yours on mine and put your hashtag in. That's why a lot of people follow you, because they're following me and they're going, hey, we like this.
I appreciate that. Okay, why? Anything, you know, it's not about me. It's about growing this family. That's what I want to see. Push that BDF. You know?
I bet your ass you'll hit 250,000 by August, mid-August. Well, we're already at 196K.
Damn. Humming right along. That's great. That's great.
June. So, yeah, we got to...
Our numbers here during the live show have gone up, you know. Our numbers on TikTok and on Facebook. You know, on Facebook, I average in somewhere around 15,000 views on a video. That's pretty good on Facebook. You know, on TikTok, you know, I'm averaging somewhere around 7,000. Occasionally it goes up to 50, or depends on just what hits. Somebody shares it the right way and it goes somewhere.
Well, I always put your name up first.
Well, I appreciate it.
But about this is the man. This is who you need to be listening to. So folks in
Well, I
Texas
appreciate it, KY. I really do.
talking.
Anytime but again, I remind everybody, this is not my show. This is our show. My
sure.
rants are my rants. That's my shit. This family thing right here, baby, this is us.
So hit that like button to help your show, you guys.
That's right.
Don't
Hit the like, share, the subscribe button.
It's all for you.
Mr. Chick, do you have anybody you want to shout out tonight?
I do. I also want to remind people that if you subscribe on YouTube, you can come in the comments. I don't think you can come in the comments stream unless you're subscribed.
So if you want to get in there and put your 2 cents in the comments, subscribe, baby. Get in there.
Yeah, because they're having fun in the comments. But I do have some shout-outs.
We talk all the time.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
From Friday's Rant. These are shout-outs from Friday's Rant. Stephen Bolsted from California.
Outstanding.
Here's a great one. Wing Nut Nut from Texas.
Wing Nut Nut. Yeah. Wing Nut Nut. I get it.
Wing Nut Nut.
I get it.
Champ Gray from Maine. Mark Singleton from California. And our own Angie Barnes from Tennessee.
Oh, outstanding, Angie. Thank you.
Love that lady. Dale Sargent from California. Kathy McDonald Lickner from Indiana. Ian Archer from New York and Barbados. Debbie Eno Edwards from California. Hudson Tony from Texas. And then there was an interesting share from Roger Spalding in Oklahoma.
Outstanding.
He actually did a really lengthy written rant above your rant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was great. I read it. It was so long though I couldn't.
Was that on Facebook or?
That was on Facebook. Yes.
And what was his name again?
Roger Spalding from Oklahoma.
Balding.
And Indiana, because he moved from one to the other, but yeah.
Spell that last name, would you?
Spaulding.
Spalding.
Spalding.
Okay, I got it. I'll have to go look. I appreciate it. I appreciate anybody that pays attention, shares this shit, and gets involved. I keep saying it because I believe it's not true. This is not me. I'm the talking head up here on. I want to get that changed so that I'm not the only face up here. I'm just the place where we can gather. But the heart of this family lies in every one of you and everybody in that chat. That's where the heart of this family lies. And anytime there's talk of a family get together where we're going to get together and meet each other, it thrills my heart because I get a chance to meet people that I've known for so long and have never had a chance to meet. Anyway, all that other mushy shit.
And Bernadette, tell them how they can get in Discord.
How can you get in Discord?
They can if you hang off for a second, I'll put a link in the chat over here on YouTube. But you could come on in and join the server and join both servers. Join the Blue Dot Live and come into the show and use your voice just like we are. And join the Blue Room, which is the after party for the set.
That's where it's cranking.
Going over there.
And as soon as we end here, we head over there and have the party. Yeah, because right now we have 4, 5, 6 people here in the room talking, but down we have 10 more down in the audience on Discord, so they can come in and listen to the show live right there on Discord. And if they want to participate, all they have to do is raise their hand. Looks like we have 10 chicken shits here. Oh, wait. Who?
Oh, there's one.
See, somebody just raised their hand. Dave! Dave, is that you, Dave? Dave.
Dave's not here.
Dave, is that you, Dave? Come on, Dave. Dave, is that
Dave's
you?
not here.
Yeah, man. It's me, Dave. Hey, I got the stuff.
I got this.
Open the door.
Open the door,
You
Dave.
got it?
Dave's not here.
Door.
How you doing, Dave?
Pretty good. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing just fine, brother. Glad you popped in right here at the end of the show, but we're glad to come in.
Well, you guys were making a point, so I had to show the point.
There you go. I appreciate that. All anybody has to do when they come into this group, if you're down there in the audience and you want to put your 2 cents in, raise your hand. If John's paying attention, he sees that, and I will pull you right up into this room. The more in here, the merrier. we always try to be respectful and let each other talk. Don't try to talk over each other. But the more voices in here, the more I like it, because that's what we'd have. We'd have a table. If we had a Blue Dot family meeting, this is what it is. It's 6, 7, 8 people sitting around the table talking about everything, talking about y'all. Ah, ears ringing? Because we are. We talk about all of you. But that's the way this family is. So everything going good, Dave?
Oh yes, absolutely. Up here in Michigan.
Michigan?
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry about you guys seeing all them smoke plumes from the north. That's just me rolling stuff.
That's what I figured it was, Dave. Where's my exit button for this guy? I swear, he just want to come in here and bust my balls. See, that's all it is. Seems to be a thing to let John know where it's legal and where it's... And we're working on it, buddy. We're working on it. Anyway,
Yeah, I know y'all
maybe
are.
we're coming to your house. You know, puff, puff, pass, buddy.
Yeah,
That's the way it is.
You,
That's the way it
you
is.
could. There's plenty of places.
I would
Plenty
love
of
to. I would love to. Anyway, Dave, you came in right here at the end, but I'm glad you did. Thank you for helping me demonstrate what we're talking about.
All hands on deck, sir.
That's it, baby. I love that Navy talk shit. Dave, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it, brother. Michael?
Yep. Thank you.
KY? Thank you, brother. Oh, look, Dave jumped right out. Dave, you got to learn how to stay in here until the whole show's over. Just then we all say goodbye. You don't have to run out one. But anyway, KY. Thank you, brother, for coming in. Enjoy it.
Always enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you for pushing it on TikTok, brother. We appreciate that.
Come over on Discord just for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's where we're headed to. The real
Yeah.
party. Anyway.
Yeah.
KY, thank you. And Joe. Uh-oh, Joe, you're muted up, buddy.
I'm muted up.
You're
I was
muted
talking
up.
to myself.
Anyway. Joe, thank you for coming by, brother.
Hey, thank you for being here.
Send up smoke signals. If I smell it deep enough, I'll head your way.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Take care
Especially
of
if the
yourself.
northern wind's blowing, you'll smell it.
Tell Maria I give my best, buddy.
I sure will.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Bye bye.
And Angie. Thank you, darling, for coming in. Take care of Tennessee for us. Uh-oh. Angie? Uh-oh. Angie got pulled away.
She's off in the background.
I
doing her
think I
thing.
heard her in the background talking to somebody.
But we appreciate her being here
We
and telling
certainly
us,
do.
giving us
do.
the skinny in Tennessee, man.
Always.
She keeps us updated.
And Miss you, chick.
Yes, Jim.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate you
You're
pulling
welcome.
those lames up. I do like that. That little
It's
part.
fun. I get kind of caught in them because there's some fascinating people too.
I do.
Absolutely.
I try to check all the comments out. Sometimes I miss some, but yeah, everybody knows. If you see a heart on that comment, you know I saw it. Anyway, Miss Chick, thank you very much, baby.
You're welcome, John.
And Bernadette.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, baby?
Oh, I'm just telling everybody good night and stay blessed. And,
Okay.
you know, I send our love and our blessings out to those in our family who are in need of those kinds of things. And there's a lot of us. And, you know, just wishing everybody have a good night and stay safe, y'all.
And if we do find out any information about any of our Blue Dots, we will pass
We
it
will
along.
let everyone know. Absolutely.
Anyway, on that note, much love to all of you. Thank you, everybody in that chat, for making this conversation go on. And to those who donated tonight, I tremendously appreciate it. The ones that are going by, the names in our Patreon family, thank you so much for being there for us. It makes all the difference in the world, baby, because that pays the bills, baby. Anyway, y'all take good care of yourself. We'll be back here Tuesday, baby, for another Blue Dot family meeting. I think there's going to be a lot of shit going on this week, and it's going to be an active week. I can't see a
It's
whole
gonna
lot
be
of
a
time.
busy. August is
think
gonna
so.
be a busy month.
I think so.
Yeah.
We'll have plenty. We'll have plenty.
I'm game. I'm in.
I am. I'm ready. Let's
Mhm.
rock and roll,
I
baby.
keep the fans.
That's
I
it.
keep the fans going. So when the shit hits it,
It's
I
gonna
don't know.
spread it all over the place, baby.
it'll spread it all
Anyway,
over the
everybody's
place.
gonna smell that shit. All right, y'all take
Yep.
care of yourself. Y'all say
Good
goodnight.
night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good
We'll
night.
we will see you
Good
again
night.
on Tuesday night, baby. Y'all take care of yourself.